Hello and welcome. My name is Savannah, and today I will be guiding you through a Vinyasa yoga class. Today is all about the side body. Let's begin lying down on our back in Shavasana for a few breaths. Take up lots of space on your mat. Legs go long, arms go long. Get comfortable. And then when you are ready, begin to inhale and exhale through the nose. Deepen into your breath. Notice how you are feeling right now. Take a couple more breaths in and out through your nose. From here, bend your knees, bring your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your legs and rock a little bit from side to side. Plant your feet down to the mat. Press into your feet to lift your hips up. Take your hips over to the right as much as you like and extend your legs long towards the top left corner of your mat. This will be our first side body stretch. If you would like to, you can cross the right ankle over top of the left and then reach your arms up overhead. Bring your arms towards the left. Stay here, or you can grab onto the left wrist with your right hand. You can also bring your head towards the left side if that feels okay for your neck. This pose is called banana pose. Try to anchor both hips down onto the ground. So if your right hip is lifting up a lot, just bring your legs and your arms more towards center. You can also bring your hips more towards center, coming into less of a side body stretch. Full breaths in and full breaths out. Take one more breath. Release. Bring your arms and legs back towards center. Bend your knees, lift your hips up and back towards center. Take a couple of breaths right here with the knees bent, arms next to your body before we do the other side. Good. From here, press down into your feet to lift your hips up, taking them over towards the left side. Then extend your legs long. Feet will go towards the top right corner of your mat. If you would like to, you can cross your left foot over top of your right. Then reach your arms up overhead. Take your arms over towards the right side. You can grab onto the right wrist with your left hand. And you can also take your head towards the right side if that feels okay for your neck. Notice how this pose feels different on this side compared to the first side. Can you allow both hips and both shoulders to be rooted and grounded down onto your mat? Take one more breath here. Release your right wrist. Bring your feet next to one another, legs go long, then bend your knees, arms go next to your body, lift your hips up and take them back to center. Bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug, give yourself a squeeze. Release your arms out into a T off to either side, and then take your legs over towards the right-hand side. Legs are still bent, arms are straight out to the sides. If you would like to, you can turn your head to look towards the left. If that doesn't feel good for your neck though, feel free to look up at the ceiling, straight up to center. If you would like to, you can place your right hand over top of your left leg, grounding your legs down a little bit more. Full breaths in and full breaths out. Release your right arm back out to the right side if it was on your left leg. Bring your legs back through center and then release them over towards the left-hand side. You can turn your head to look towards the right side if you like, or you can look straight up at center if that feels better for your neck. The left hand can come over top of the right knee, grounding your legs down towards the earth a little bit more. One more breath. Release your left arm back out to the left side. Bring your legs back through center. Make your way up into a tabletop position. On hands and knees, all fours. And from here, we'll take a child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch, knees farther apart or closer together. It's up to you. Sit your hips back to rest down onto your heels. Arms reach out in front of you and rest your forehead down onto your mat. Full breaths in and full breaths out. From here, gaze forward, lift your forehead up off of your mat. Walk your hands over towards the left-hand side as much or as little as you like. And then try to get your forehead back down onto the mat. If it doesn't quite reach the mat, bring your arms more towards center so that you can bring your forehead down onto the mat or onto the ground. One more breath here. Gaze forward towards your hands. Once again, walk your Arms over towards the right hand side as much as you like, and then rest your forehead down onto the ground. If it's not quite able to reach the ground, walk your hands back towards center so that you can get your head down onto the ground. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Good. Gaze forward, walk your hands back to center. Rest your forehead down one more time here. Take one more breath. Reach your arms forward. Arms are nice and straight. Elbows are lifted up off of the mat. And then come forward into your tabletop. Bring your hands a little bit farther forward, out in front. Spread your fingers nice and far apart. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back into your first downward facing dog. From here, lift your heels high up off of the mat. Take your heels over towards the right and then bend your knees generously. Let's stay here for a couple of breaths. Keep pushing weight into your hands. Guide your hips back. Good. Come through center, downward facing dog, and we'll take that to the other side. Lift your heels high up off of the mat. Bring your heels over to the left, and then bend your knees as much as you would like to. Let's take one more breath here. Come through center and walk your feet up to meet your hands, top of the mat. From here, come all the way up to stand. Reach your arms up. Hands through heart center. Bring your arms alongside your body. Cross your right foot in front of your left foot. And then fold forward over your legs. Bring your hands down to your mat. Allow your head to be heavy. And we're just going to hang out here for a few breaths. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hands together at heart center. Release. Cross your left foot in front of your right foot. Now fold forward over your legs. Hands come down towards the ground. Let your head be heavy. The knees don't have to be completely straight. You can have as much of a bend in your knees as you like. Think about lifting the hips up towards the sky. And continue to drop your head down towards the ground. Take one more breath here. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Release the cross of your legs. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands down to the mat. Step back to plank. Downward facing dog. Hips lift up and back. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Shoulders over top of your wrists. Exhale, downward facing. Twice more. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing. Once more. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale to downward facing. Continuing on. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Bring your right knee down, bring your right foot off of your mat. Come into modified side plank. Left leg goes long, left arm up overhead. Reach your left fingers towards the front of your space. Bicep is just above your ear. Lift your left foot up. Inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach long. Bring the left foot down. Come all the way up into gate pose. Left hand will come down the left leg. Right arm up and over. From here, right hand comes down. Left arm reaches long. Left hand comes down the left leg. Right arm up and over. Modified side plank. Left arm reaches long. And then left hand comes down the left leg, right arm reaches up and over. Come back to modified side plank, and then make your way back into plank. Right foot steps back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Let's do that on the other side. Left knee lowers down. Left foot will come off of the mat, right leg goes long. Right arm reaches up overhead. And then reach the right fingers towards the front of the space. Lift your right leg up. Inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach long. Bring the right foot down to the mat. Bring the right hand down the right leg, left arm up and over. Bring the left hand back down to the mat. Right arm reaches overhead, right leg lifts up. Come into gate pose, right hand comes down the right leg, left arm up and over. And then make your way into modified side plank. Gate pose. And then back into modified side plank. Bring the right hand down, step back into plank, downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank. Lower the right knee down, come into modified side plank. Left fingers will reach towards the front of the space. Lift your left leg up. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach long. Come into tabletop with the left leg extended back, right arm reaches out in front of you. Inhale here, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale here, exhale, elbow to knee. Once more like that. Extend long. And this time bring your right arm towards the right, left leg towards the left. Come back through center. Right arm towards the right, left leg towards the left. Back through center, once more. Back through center, reach long. Bring the right hand down, step back to plank, downward facing dog. Take one more breath here. Shift forward to plank. Let's try that once again on the other side. Left knee will lower down. Bring the left foot off of your mat towards the left. Right arm reaches up. Bring your right fingers towards the front of the space. Reach your right leg up. Inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend long. Come into tabletop with the right leg extended back. Left arm will reach out in front of you. Inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Once more. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, left arm to the left, right leg to the right. Come back through center twice more. Left arm to the left, right leg to the right. Back through center, arm to the left, leg to the right. Back through center, bring your hand down. Step back to plank, downward facing dog. Take a couple more breaths here. Shift forward to plank. Come into side plank on the right side. Right hand comes down. You can stack or stagger your feet. Left arm reaches up. Take one more breath here. Bring the left hand down, come into plank. Lower all the way down to the ground. Reach your arms straight out in front of you. And when you feel ready, lift everything up off of the ground. Exhale, stay where you are. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale here. Lower down. Press up into plank. And then come into side plank on the left side. Left hand is down, right arm reaches up. You can stack or stagger your feet. Lift your hips up a little bit higher. One more breath. Bring your right hand down. Plank pose. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot through in between your hands. Lower your left knee down. Reach your arms up, low lunge. Bring your right hand onto your right hip. Reach your left arm up and over towards the right for a side bend. One more breath here. Bring both hands down to the inside of your right foot and bring your right foot to the right side of your mat. Tuck your left toes under and lift up your left knee. Make sure that your right knee is stacked over top of your right ankle. Right toes are pointed forward. Reach your heart forward. Ground down into your left hand now and reach your right arm up for a twist. Good. From here, bring your right hand down, step up to the top of your mat. Feet are outside of your hands, and then bring your hands together at heart center. Toes out, heels in, Malasana squat. Can you lift your hips up a little bit, getting a little bit more active in this pose? Bring your right hand down to the inside of your right leg. Reach your left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, come through center, switch sides, inhale. Come through center, right arm reaches up, inhale. Exhale, one more on each side. Come through center, hands together at heart. Bring your hands down to the mat, step back to plank pose. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot through in between your hands. Top of the mat, lower the right knee down. Reach your arms up high. Bring your left hand onto your left hip. Reach your right arm up a little bit higher and then up and over towards the left side for a side bend. One more breath. Bring your hands to the inside of your left foot. Left foot comes all the way over towards the left side of the mat. Tuck your right toes under and lift up your right knee. Lizard lunge. Reach your heart forward a little bit. Make sure that your left knee is stacked over top of the left ankle. Reach your right heel back a little bit more. And then from here, ground down into the right hand. Reach your left arm up for a twist. Bring the left hand down next to the right hand. Step up to the top of your mat. Malasana. Hands come together at heart center. From here, come all the way up to stand. Use the strength of your legs. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Parallel your feet and bring them to about hip distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands down. Step back to plank. Come into side plank on the right side. Come back through center, left side, side plank. We're going to flow from side to side a few times. Right side, inhale. Exhale, come through center, and then inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, come through center, reach your left arm up. Exhale, come through center, inhale, reach your right arm up. Once more on each side. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, come through center. Inhale in plank. And exhale, lower down to the ground. Reach your arms straight out in front of you. Inhale, reach everything up off of the mat. Can you lift up a little bit higher? Lower down to the ground. Press yourself up into plank and then back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot through in between your hands. Come into that side body stretch right away. Right hand to the right hip. Left arm up and over. From here, reach your left arm forward, right arm back. Come into an open twist. Tuck your left toes under. Lift your left knee up off of the ground. We're going to stay here for just a little bit longer. Then bring your right hand down onto your left leg. Left arm reaches up and over towards the sky. Open up into warrior two. Back foot comes parallel to the back edge of your mat. Right knee is stacked over top of the ankle. Reach your arms out in either direction. Look forward towards your right fingers. Bring your right forearm down onto your right thigh. Reach your left arm up and over for side angle. Reverse warrior, left hand comes down the left leg, right arm up and over. Bring your hands all the way down to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Couple breaths in and out through your nose. Let's try that on the other side. Left foot will step through, low lunge, come right into that side body stretch. Left hand comes down onto the left hip, right arm reaches up and over. From here, open twist, right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. Can you look towards the left hand? Tuck your right toes under, lift up your right knee. Stay in this twist. Can you twist just a little bit deeper? And then bring your left hand down onto the right leg, right thigh. Right arm reaches up and overhead towards the sky. Take one more breath here. And then open yourself out up into warrior two. Left knee is over top of the left ankle. Arms reach out in either direction. Back foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Ground down into both feet. Lift up through the crown of your head. Gaze forward towards the left fingers. Come into side angle. Left forearm comes down onto the left thigh. Right arm reaches up and overhead. Reverse your warrior. Right hand comes down onto the right leg. Left arm reaches back behind you. And then come all the way down into plank pose and then downward facing dog. One more breath right here in your downward facing dog. Step your left foot through in between your hands, top of the mat. Lower down onto your right knee. Straighten out your left leg, walking your hands back alongside your left leg. Find length through your spine. And then fold down over your left leg. From here, bring both hands to the outside or the left side of your left leg. And continue to walk your hands a little bit more towards the back of your mat, if you're able to. Otherwise, just keep them where they are. Find length through your spine. And then maybe you can drop down into it. Plant your hands down. And think about dropping the head down towards the ground. Get into this side body stretch. Notice how it feels. One more breath. Walk your hands forward to the top of your mat. Bend into your left leg. When you're ready, step it back into downward facing dog. And let's do that on the second side. Right foot will step through, top of your mat. Bring the left knee down. Start to straighten your right leg. Walking your hands back alongside the leg. Find length through your spine and then fold down over the right leg. You can plant your hands down if you would like to here. From here, bring both hands to the outside or the right side of your right leg. And then can you bring your hands towards the back of your mat just a little bit? Find length through your spine. If you would like to, stay here up on the fingertips, or you can plant your hands down. And then you can think about dropping the head down towards the ground. Notice how this side body stretch feels. We'll stay here for one more big breath. Bring your hands forward, top of the mat, framing your right foot, bending into the right knee. Step it back, downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Bring your knees down onto the mat and let's take a child's pose, big toes to touch. Knees can be farther apart or closer together. It's up to you. Arms out in front of you. You can straighten the arms and keep the elbows lifted up off of the ground. Or you can relax the arms down onto the mat, bending the arms. Whatever feels best for you. Continue to think about grounding the hips down onto the heels. Take one more breath here in your child's pose. Start to walk your hands towards your hips. Coming into a seated position, and then make your way all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, extend your left leg long, keep your right knee in towards your chest, fingers interlace around the right shin. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Bring the left knee back into your chest. Switch sides. Right leg will extend long. Fingers interlace around the left shin. Couple of deep breaths here. Release your left leg long. Both legs go long, arms go long. Come into your Shavasana, final posture of class. Make any adjustments or any movements that you feel you need to make in order to settle in here. Know that for these next few minutes of class, there is absolutely nothing that you need to do. There is nowhere that you need to be. Rest here. Take this time for yourself. And I'll bring you back in just a little bit. Begin to breathe a little bit deeper. Bring your awareness to the space that you are in. And bring some movement into your body. Whatever kind of movement feels good for you at this time, do that. Take all the time that you need to make your way over onto one side, right or left, whatever you like. Use one arm as a pillow for your head. Rest here for a moment. And think of a few things that you are grateful for. When you feel ready, you can press yourself up and come to a comfortable seated position. Hands can be down on your lap or together at heart center. Let's take a full breath here together. Inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top for a moment. Exhale, let that breath go through the nose. Thank you so much for being here and for checking out this class. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you felt it in your side body. If you did enjoy this class, please check out some of my other videos. Please subscribe to my channel. You can share my channel with a friend. You can also hit that like button. Thank you so very much for all of the support. It really does mean a lot. I hope that you have a wonderful day. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.